What is up? What is up? How y'all doing? Happy Monday. Welcome to Music Biz Mondays for business-minded musicians. I'm your host, Jamaal Boss Eagle Curry. Um, Dang, I'm trying to get my hair right. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully y'all having a great Monday so far. Just jumping on real quick to do for our business-minded musicians, Music Biz Mondays today. Like I said, hopefully you had a great weekend. Hopefully you're off to a great Monday. I'm super excited. I'm coming off of a very small set last night, but it was so fun. It was for the Fort Collins Music Association Peer Awards. And so I got to be up on the stage, share the stage with so many great local musicians and local acts. And so it was pretty awesome. So I'm super stoked. I haven't been on the stage in like too long, too long. It's been a minute. So give me one second. I'm just gonna go ahead and share this over to my Boss Eagle page real quick. But yeah, like I said, hopefully y'all are having an awesome Monday. Got some cool stuff I want to share today that's kind of a little bit tagging on to a little bit of what we talked about last week and everything. Let me just go ahead and share this real quick. And if you want to go ahead as well and share it on your page, that would be awesome. So let me see. Let me share this. Share to a page. We're gonna make sure this popping over on Boss Eagle Music. And then we're gonna do this real quick. So yeah, so like I said, kind of one of the things we were talking about last time was just like with the new year and new goals and stuff like that, and then kind of how to go about that. And if you didn't see the episode last week, I kind of talked about, even before you start, I mean, obviously, goal setting is amazing and awesome, but even before you start, just kind of doing that self-assessment. So go back and check out that video from last week. But today, what I really want to talk about, and again, it kind of adds on to that a little bit, is how to invest in yourself. And I'm not gonna, and I'm actually talking about investing in yourself as an artist. And so obviously we know that we should be investing into, like making sure we're healthy and things like that. I'm not gonna talk about that on today's episode, but just more in some other ways. So investing in ourselves, I mean, like when you think about it, what we talk about at Business Minded Musicians is, and our slogan is helping independent artists focus on the business of music so that you can take control of your music career and get paid to do what you love. And so what needs to happen then in that sense is we have to think like a business. So businesses make investments, right? They're making investments all the time. And so since we are the new music business, that's kind of the new kind of like little tag that we're going with now is we are the new music business. We have to think in that way as well. So kind of the three things that I have here, as you can see, and there's a bunch of other ways, but the kind of the ones I'm focusing on today are skills, systems, and schooling. And so the first one is skills. So how are you investing into your skills? And that can look like a variety of things. You could, skills, it could either be taking classes, continuing to take lessons, those types of things, investing in your skills, or also just continuing to rehearse and those types of things. I know I, could do a better job of that too, is just making sure I find that rehearsal time every week. And just so that, you're always fresh, you're always kind of making sure that you just get that muscle memory in, right? And then also what rehearsing does too is it helps you to be able to find, new ways to do things too. You might think of something like, oh man, like let me incorporate this, or what if I switch this, or what if I, kind of vamp this or whatever. So think about how you can invest into your skills this year for 2020. So like I said, whether that's, doing a workshop, taking classes, continue to take lessons or something like that, or, jam sessions, rehearsals, those types of things so that you're upping your skill level and continuing to grow as an artist. The second way is systems. And so this kind of does have a lot more to do on that business side as well. Now, the first side, skills too, is actually obviously going to help our business side too, because it's going to make our product better. But systems, what I mean by that is start to think about, if you're not already, start to think about what systems you can use out there to make your job easier. Does that make sense? So what can you be doing to create systems that make it easier for you to reach your fans, to send emails or whatever. So one of the simple things that you could think about doing is using like a social media automation tool, social media scheduling tool. You're still gonna have to go in and preload and those types of things. But if you think about it, I mean, life gets busy, right? We all got a bunch of other things going on. We're focusing on other things, you know, trying to get gigs and play out and all these other things. And there's so many things to think about. So what's kind of one system that you can incorporate, or two or three, maybe start with one, and just think about, okay, how can I do this? First of all, what do I want to focus on? What do I want to prioritize? If social media is something I want to prioritize, how can I do that? And not only the structural system, but system within the system too, right? So meaning how you can be more systematic about what you're doing. So let me give you an example. One of the things that I've done and will probably continue to do is when I have a live performance, especially probably bigger ones that have really good recordings of them with good audio and good video. One of the last ones I did was at the Levitt Pavilion, which is a big outdoor venue in Denver, and they actually had a professional videography done there, and then we got to get copies of the footage and everything. And so what I'll do is I'll take the whole show and then I spliced it up, right? So I had, I think, 9 songs that I did. I think it was 8 or 9. It was around there. And what I did is I made each one a video. So I cut up the whole show, went into my, I used the Adobe Premiere, the Adobe Creative Cloud, went in and made each song its own video. And then I scheduled those on YouTube to go out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that's an internal system for me, but then I'm using the system of YouTube to be able to do that, right? So I don't have to go on every Tuesday and Thursday and schedule it. I just did it all bulk, kind of upload, schedule them out, did all my descriptions and comments and tagging and all that. So it does take a little bit of time. But again, like I said, it helped kind of make that system move a little bit faster. So think about something that you can be doing too that's going to help you promote your music and how you can use systems to do that. And then lastly is schooling. So I don't necessarily mean like formal education. Like if you want to, absolutely do that. If there's, a certain degree or certification. I know Berkeley School of Music has some online stuff. And it doesn't even have to necessarily be like theory or anything musical. Like you could take a music business course or something like that. But what I'm really actually more referring to with schooling is more kind of on the professional development side. So, what can you be doing in terms of, attending expos, going to conferences, things like that. And there's some clear ones, some obvious ones that I would probably, throw out there, but then there's probably some other ones that I don't even know about or have never been to. But, like the ASCAP Expo, if you're a member of ASCAP, I've been to the ASCAP Expo. It's huge. It's amazing. The CD Baby DIY Musician Conference, that's in August of every year. I've been to that one. I went to the one in Nashville a couple of years ago. I think they're going to be in Austin again this year. I'm not sure that one's in August. But I would even say, like, even if you're not with CD Baby, it doesn't matter because they have speakers from everywhere, from YouTube to, merch to all kinds of stuff. So there's so much that you can learn at these conferences and expos, South by Southwest, A3C conference in Atlanta. So just think about, how you can invest into yourself and into your career by, continuing to be educated, continuing to hear from the people who are in those industries. Because sometimes, I mean, there's stuff that you would never even think about, right? And just the people that you could potentially meet and come across, collaborations that could happen. But again, think about those types of things. Usually you can see a schedule ahead of time, so you can kind of know what the sessions are going to be. And again, you can take that back, incorporate it into your own music business, follow up with those people, try to get more information. That's how I met, got in contact with Rick Barker, who's Taylor Swift's former manager, a couple of years ago at a music conference. And then now I'm in his coaching mastermind program. It's like a management mastermind program. So, there's a lot of other things that can come from it too. And so those are the 3 that I was just kind of focusing on today. Skills. So how can you up your skills, either by, continuing some type of formal training, whether it's lessons or, workshops or whatever, or, just continuing to up by rehearsing and jamming and working with other artists. systems. How can you build systems that help you push your business forward and keep going, even if you're busy doing other things, using social media scheduling, or using systems like, with YouTube, like pre-scheduling, those types of things, releasing videos, on a schedule, and then schooling, looking at conferences, expos, things like that, possibly, potentially, also some type of formal education as well, if that's something that you want to look into as well. But again, I was focusing more on looking at conferences and things like that. So hopefully this is helpful to you all. Let me know in the comments, wherever you're seeing this, on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or whatever. Let me know which one of these stands out to you, which one that you might want to focus on, or what areas you're focusing on for 2020, and what else might be helpful for you. If there's something that you have questions about or want to talk about, drop that in the comments below as well. We can try to get that on the schedule, and maybe we can start to dig into some of those other things too. All right, so keep gigging, keep playing, keep pushing. Don't ever give up. And yeah, have a great week, and God bless. And I'll see you when I see you. Peace.